Hello and welcome to another special feature featuring a wonderful warband mod by the name of SUVARNABHUMI MAHAYUTH. Yeah, the pronunciation. Oh, that was a mouthful, wasn't it? Anyway, we're going to start a new game. If you'd like to download this mod, there is a link in the description. Bear in mind, it does not require WSE. And I gotta say, I'm actually really surprised about that because it has so many things incorporated in it. And we've got to mention as well that there's a huge array of things here. I'm talking about after death camera, there's troop trees, there's all kinds of different units that you can recruit. There's war elephants as well. Bear in mind, however, that the war elephants do have a bit of a problem where they don't have massive charge damage, even though their statistics actually state that they have big charge damage. But they are basically invulnerable to any kind of damage. So if you want to be like a immune to damage horse archer of some kind, or elephant archer in this case, then you're going to have a really good time. Otherwise, this is a 16th century mod based in Southeast Asia, and as you can no doubt tell, the banners are very much influenced and inspired by that region. So really, really cool in actual fact. And there's also the Portuguese. The Portuguese are in this as well. So if you want to use some rifles, I think they've got those in this mod as well. And I'm going to choose the peacock. Why not? Let's choose the peacock and we'll see what we can do. So I'm just going to call myself Mr. Beartailed. Well, you know, just regular old Beartailed. And I'm just going to go for intelligence. Personally, it doesn't really matter what I do in these special features because it's literally just a way for me to showcase a mod that you may have missed or may not have really given the time of day because you just thought, hey, you know what? This thing is not for me, you know, kind of thing. But maybe after this, it will be. And maybe it will be something that you'll be wanting to download, and that's what this special feature is all about, determining whether it's worth your time. So we're going to continue onward. I'm just going to try and get some more of everything. I don't really know what to spec into, to be honest, because I am going to be enhancing our progression later down the line, and it's not really going to make too much difference to me either way. So we're just going to randomize ourselves a little bit. As you can see, we have 6 different destinations. There is a Portuguese colony, as you can see right there, and it might actually be an idea to start there. I have had a look at the mod beforehand, and a lot of the armaments are really, really fun to see. So what we're going to do is we're going to see if we can maybe beat our first opponent. And bear in mind that look at the scenes. The scenes are looking really nice as well. Bear that in mind that this is all customized too. And that seems pretty cool to me. Oh, nice headshot, Beartailed. Very good. With only a 30, well, at the time, 31 crossbow proficiency. That's pretty cool. Anyway, the merchant has the same thing that he says to everyone, even in native, you know, collect 5 men, here's 100 gold, and so on and so forth. But here's the thing. There's a completely new map as well. So if I actually just turn this around here real quick so that we can get everything above us. Bear in mind that I'm not entirely sure which way around this goes, so don't get mad at me, you know, I'm just trying to show it in the best possible way because we're going upwards. So anyway, as you can see, this is massive. This is an absolutely insanely large map. And there's, I believe this is actually, isn't this partially Thailand? I think this is partially Thailand. And I think that's Vietnam. I think this is... I'm unsure about the rest, but, well, the point is there's a whole wide variety of different factions here, and you have the Portuguese colony, which is one of the smallest in actual fact. I mean, you would expect that, I suppose, considering they have very good technology, and I'll show you that right now. Not by going into the arena. Oh, yeah, you're punching me? I'll punch you. Okay. Anyway, as you can see, regular goods that you can buy. You can buy cheap local liquor and so on and so forth. There's even glutinous rice. Yes, and some smoked fish. What's really cool about this is that these things are 100 stack, which I really like. I love when mods make it possible to have much more in the way of food and things like that, so that you don't have to go to a town every 2 seconds to buy stuff when you have a large army. And we got a bunch of hunter horses right here. I like the hunter horse. I think the hunter horse is really cool. By the way, elephants require 4 in riding skill. Not entirely sure if that's the same all the way throughout, but from what I've seen, yes, they require that. Also, bear in mind, look at this armor right here. This armor is only let's look at this one specifically. This one is only 8,900 in cash, and look at it. It gives us 69 to body armor and 3 to leg armor, which is just absolutely insane. Also, we're getting these crude brown leather boots, 34 leg armor. Really, really good for such a cheap price. And then we also have the helmet, 62 to head armor. 62. I mean, I could get something better, like for example this. This is obviously much better than the noble cuirass, but look at the price. It's just insane, the pricing for that. So definitely something to consider. You know, that your leg armor might be much less than everything else. And of course, we do have the wonderful rifles, the pistols, large bag of cartridges, and then you also have these two-handed swords that you could potentially use. And we also have throwing weapons as well. These throwing weapons are actually really deadly. If you can imagine this with like a power throw of 7, 8, 9, that's going to do so much damage, considering the speed rating is really, really fast too. And there's 30 of these things. 30 in one stack. So let's say that you have a character that has, I don't know, 9 in power throw or something, and you've got 2 of these, and in your other slots, you've got like a, I don't know, heavy iron battle axe and a shield that prevents you from taking any damage. Look at this. Resistance 40. You can imagine this shield with, you know, 7, 8 in shield skill is going to make you absolutely invulnerable to any kind of damage, which is just amazing. Really, really cool. And there's a ransom broker. Hello. Does the same kind of thing that they usually do. Smuggler. Oh, what is this? I have some unidentified items with me. I'll sell these items to you by the base price of them. You probably buy an item with a good prefix by a low price, or buy an item with a bad prefix by a high price. Do you want to try your fortune? Yes, that sounds good. Okay, so this is basically the mystery merchant from other mods. And yeah, you're going to be able to just basically buy something for its base price. And, you know, it doesn't really matter either way what you're going to get. You're going to pay this price. And if you get a positive prefix, then that's great. You got a bargain. But if you get a bad prefix, then obviously you overpay by a small amount of money. So it's not too bad. I actually think this is pretty cool. I like this. I like this. So already, how much stuff have you seen in this mod already? I mean, a lot, right? Yeah, a lot. And personally, I feel like this armor, where was it? This armor right here, I think is actually pretty good. 67 to body armor, 25 to leg armor for only 19,000. If you recall what we looked at previously in the marketplace, that particular piece of armor that is relatively similar to this in terms of statistics, that was about 42,000. So you're saving a lot of money right there. So yeah, it's definitely worth it to try out the mystery merchant. Then we obviously have some mercenaries here, and we have a companion. I think he's 200. He's 200 gold only? He's only 200 gold? I don't even have that. Oh no, that's pretty awful, isn't it? Anyway, Guildmaster. It's really nice that you can actually go and speak to the Guildmaster almost immediately, so you don't need to walk through the streets. You don't need to meet him beforehand. You can basically just go to him, say, hey, what's going on, sort of thing, and then you can do some really cool stuff. And that's it. Really, really nice. I'm going to actually try and see if I can participate in a tournament, perhaps, so that we can see what it's all about. Okay, so we got a whole bunch, and we're going to see if we can maybe go along there. Now, the cool thing as well about this mod is that there are a variety of different things you can do in regards to recruiting. So when you're running around, what would you expect from native and other mods? Well, recruiting from villages, of course. You would recruit normally from villages, and you get volunteers and so on and so forth. But in this mod, sometimes the villages do not have actual volunteers, and instead they are graced with the presence of mercenaries. And those mercenaries can be recruited for a decent amount of cash. I think usually they're about 300 or somewhere around there. So they are quite a bit more expensive, but they do level up into their own things, or maybe maybe won't level up at all. I think they probably don't level up at all. So that is a bit of an issue. But, you know, in the grand scheme of things, you're going to get a pretty good bargain there. So, you know, it's pretty nice to consider. But anyway, that's the one way that you can recruit a variety of different things. Then you can, of course, recruit things from castles, from towns, from I think from castles. I haven't tried that out just yet, but definitely from towns. You can recruit noble units from towns, and what that's going to do is that's going to give you some really, really high-powered units that will take quite a long time to level up, and it's going to be, they're going to turn into absolute beasts eventually, I would assume. So that's actually really cool. And otherwise, there you go. There's a victory for us against some looters. Now bear in mind that the bandits are also quite harsh. Not these ones specifically, but the other ones, because the other ones, they will literally have elephants. And because you're the player, it's obviously a lot easier to deal with enemy elephants. But let's just say that I'm on an elephant and the enemy is trying to kill me. It's going to be pretty hard for them to do so. But yeah, anyway, as you can see, look at this. We're just absolutely murdering with the amount of recruits that we're able to get right here. It's really nice. Look at that, 24 already. And we have 58 company capacity right now, which is really nice. Otherwise, these are the skills. We actually have hunting and cooking. Allows your party to hunt for food and to read tracks. The skill needs to be used together with the tracking skill. So that's basically if you want to create some kind of hunter, trapper kind of character, and you can very easily do that and roleplay successfully very, very easily in this mod. Otherwise, I'm just going to go for some shield skill. I'm just going to go for this. Doesn't really matter, to be honest, because obviously it's a special feature. Anyway, this is very cool, and I'm just going to actually show you exactly what's going on with the camp menu as well. As I've said, a special feature is just a showcase of the various things that are actually in the mod, and you can decide whether you want to download it, and there's a link in the description if you want to. Otherwise, PBOD, it has the PBOD mod, which is just fantastic because it obviously utilizes the horse archer fix, the spear polearm fix, lancer fix, and so on. Then it also gives you the ability to reassign dehorsed cavalry and no ammo archers to whatever you want. You can make them, you know, whatever, infantry, archers, whatever. Then you also have battle continuation, formations AI. You also have native AI with formations or disabled. I'm just going to keep that on. Then you also have special orders, bodyguards, ranged penalties from the weather. And you can also disable companion complaints if you so desire. And then there's also this. Yeah, this is one of the coolest features that I've seen in basically any mod. I think. Now, just bear with me here. It's exactly what it says on the tin. It is exactly what it says. Upgrade your troops. That is exactly what this button does. So if I click it, no one can upgrade right now, but I will show you this later on in the video. And it is absolutely amazing. It really is cool. So otherwise, you can change your kingdom's color, you can select a book to read, you can retire from adventuring if you so desire, and you can also construct a hidden camp. This is going to cost you 3,500. I don't have that at the moment, but pretty cool. You also have diplomacy, as you can see right here. You can set when the Great Ming Army, the Dark Knights invasion begins. So there is actually an invasion that will happen later on down the line. You also have diplomacy, horse speed, battle continuation, terrain advantage, you know, all the standard stuff that you're going to get from diplomacy. And then you can also export and import NPCs if you so desire. So you can export some random companions and stuff like that. And you can also import if you so desire. So if I wanted to export that guy, then I could very easily do that. And look at how many people. Wow, it's just insane. Yeah, that is just crazy. So yeah, you can do that if you want to as well. Otherwise, reports. You got troop trees. Yeah, you got a huge amount of troop trees. So these are my players' supporters right now. So basically, I think they want you to play with Siam by the looks of things. But yeah, they have a bunch of... Oh, wow, these guys actually do have rifles too. Okay, fantastic. I was not expecting that, but maybe I should have. Anyway, those guys are going to be using rifles. It seems like most of the units are, shall we say, most of the higher tier units you're going to see are going to be using rifles. These guys are using elephants, however, as you can see, Siam War elephants. And these things have a charge damage of 88. Now, I did find an elephant in a marketplace that had a charge damage of 128, and also instead of 44 armor, it had 220 armor, if you can believe it. Yeah, it had an absolutely amazing stat line. But as it says in the notes, the change log in on the download page, basically elephants don't really work as intended, unfortunately. So you can't really charge into people and do a lot of damage or anything like that. But you are going to be, as I said before, basically invulnerable from being dismounted. These guys also have elephant guards, but they're using completely different weapons for the most part. And yeah, so you can see the whole bunch of different things here. Most people do get elephants, as you can see, because this mod is basically known for that, with the exception of the Portuguese. They don't get the elephants. They just have regular old cavalry with their pistols and so on, and that's absolutely fine, because let's face it, these guys are going to be running around in very heavy armor most of the time as well. And then you have the Johor Sultanate. They actually do have cavalry, as well as elephants. And then you have a bunch of other people here as well. So yeah, wide variety of different things that you're going to see. And I'm actually kind of interested to see how we're going to do. Oh, wait a minute. We got a Spanish conquistador here. Why is there a Spanish conquistador in this faction? This doesn't make sense, does it? Maybe it does. Maybe it does. I'm obviously not familiar with this era of history, so I do apologize for that. But otherwise, that's it. Now we're going to fast forward a little bit. I will make an army suitable of the power of the Portuguese colonies here, and we will attempt to maybe take something. I'm not entirely sure what yet, but we'll see. Ah, yes, I also forgot to mention that you can get a boat in this mod as well. So if you want to go on the ocean waves, then a quick 10,000 cash, and one is yours. Of course, bear in mind that you need at least 30 men, and you are not going to be able to take more than 90 on one ship alone. So you're going to have to be a bit aware of that. But I am going to actually show you a little bit of the tournament here, just so you can see what the tournaments are like. As you can see, the betting amount is actually a lot more than usual. And we're going to have a look-see about this. Okay, so oh, cool. They've got the deals extra damage from behind setting on here as well. That's actually really nice. Anyway, the point is that it seems relatively normal, the tournaments at the very least. So maybe it's just this town. I mean, it could be different dependent on the town that you're going to be in, but from what I can see right here, pretty usual stuff. Alright, so did I also mention that it has manage auto loot settings as well? Yeah, can you imagine? There's just so much stuff in this mod, and it works supremely well. I have not had any frame rate problems or anything like that. I haven't had any crashes either. It's perfect when a mod does not crash, because that is kind of like the worst thing that can happen, because it completely takes you out of the whole rhythm of the game, and it's just not very enjoyable. So, you know, I tend to stay away from those mods that crash a lot, unless they are really, really good. Like, for example, Sparta. Sparta is a mod that crashes a lot. For me, specifically, not for other people, but for me, it does crash quite a bit. But I played it still a lot because it is just so fun. Anyway, take an action. Upgrade your troops, because I did say that I wanted to show you this particular feature. And look at this. This is what I have in my army at the moment. And now look at what you can do. So I can decide one way or another what these Arakanese recruits are going to be upgraded into. So what about, let's have 32 footmen and 10 skirmishers. Boom, done. Now let's have relatively same thing. Let's have 30 footmen and 10 skirmishers. Boom, done. And now let's have 40 each. And now these are noble units. So let's have all Royal War Elephant Guards. Let's have, I don't know, 5-3 for these guys. Then the peasants, let's have footmen. Then the recruits, let's have militia. And then these guys, they just upgrade to one thing alone. So these guys are just going to upgrade to these. These guys are going to upgrade into this. And then we have some Portuguese adventurers, potentially, or the other ones. So we're just going to go down the middle kind of thing. And there you go. That's it. Isn't that crazy cool? I think that's crazy cool. Anyway, let's build our hidden camp. This is our hidden camp right here, as you can see. I have no idea what the hidden camp actually does. I suppose it's like an outpost of some kind where you can... Oh, wow, look at that. Yeah, so you can actually expand your hidden camp to a secret base. Let me do that. Oh, look at that. Oh, now it's a secret base. Okay. And now what else are we going to get from it? I have no idea. It's taking quite a while actually to build this thing. I mean, I guess it is to be expected. There is a fort captain in here now, and okay, so that's it. Okay, rename this secret base to my current name. You are at Berthild. Ah, yes, fantastic. Okay, so station a garrison here. So there is a fort captain. I don't know whether you can speak to him that easily, but as you can see, some people actually need level ups once again. So let's actually just take a walk around the secret base and actually see what's going on. Wow, look at this. Now this is cool. This is really, really cool. I know you can do this in a bunch of other mods as well, but I feel like this is really well done because you don't need any resources. And personally, I find it kind of frustrating to find resources, but that's just me. Is there anything else I should know? Nothing right now. Is that it? Oh, okay. Well, fantastic. You can wait there for some time if you so desire. You can do all kinds of things. And I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to level up my forces a little bit more. And then we'll see what we can do. Look at that party of deserters. Yeah, there's a reason for that. Oh yeah, and if you thought the features of this mod couldn't get any more, well, there's Freelancer as well. I would like to enlist in your army. That's... What is this mod team doing now? Because I want them to come back and do some more stuff. But unfortunately, this mod has been complete for a number of years now, as far as I'm aware. But don't quote me on that, because I might be incorrect. But the point is that these guys have to do more. Maybe they'll come back. Maybe they'll come back for a certain game that's coming out in March. Maybe. Who knows? But yeah, I think that they did a fantastic job. They really did. Anyway, this guy is actually going to die, or at least I hope so. And we'll see what we can do. So yeah, we're 246 against 105. I leveled up my forces a little bit further, and we'll see if we can do something. Yes, I do have a couple of elephants here. And hopefully I will be able to use my rifle to its best effect as well. I think I'm actually just going to tell everyone to charge in because I only have infantry and cavalry at the moment. For some reason, it seems as though my battle size is a little bit small. Oh yeah, I think it's because of all the other mods that I'm playing. They generally tend to be... I can't reload this weapon on horseback. Well, that's interesting. Oh, that's great. Okay, yeah, fantastic. And people wonder why Fire and Sword is not the most popular, Mount and Blade game. I think there's probably... there's your answer. There's your answer right there. Oh, I'm just kidding, of course. Some people do like Fire and Sword. I like it as well, but it is obviously a very secondary choice for me from Warband itself, because Fire and Sword, things like that happen. Things like that happen much more often than you'd want, where you get absolutely murdered by some kind of some kind of hand cannon weapon, which is just absolutely crazy. Anyway, I was not anticipating that, and just let me tell you something. My character has over 100 HP, and anything but a hand cannon to the face, I probably would have survived. So yeah, kind of amusing that happened. Anyway, this was just a way for me to show you some of the elephants in the game, and yeah, they're not they're not really good in terms of like a battle sense, but they're really good to keep their riders alive. Their riders are basically invulnerable. I don't think that they can be killed that easily unless they are targeted down by archers, or in this case, hand cannoneers, for example. Those guys are probably going to be able to take them out. But yeah, as it stands, I think we're pretty good with this, and I'm actually going to now attempt a siege. Oh yeah, and I should probably also mention, by the way, that while I'm waiting here, my hunting slash, is it hunting spotting or something? Yeah, hunting spotting or something like that. As you can see, our hunters were able to feed 140 of our men. Our supplies should be enough for 4 days. Now bear in mind that I literally only have these things in my inventory, and that's it. And my hunting spotting skill is doing so much. I don't think it is spotting, but it's something else. Anyway, my hunting skill is doing so much work for our supplies that is just insane. You know, I'm able to stay here for a much longer period of time than I would be able to otherwise. And it's just a testament, really. It is just a testament. Okay, so these guys literally have one hand cannoneer mercenary. What do you bet that guy is going to be the one to kill me? Yeah, probably going to happen. Oh, it's a siege tower? Are you serious? Well, at least we've got 14 engineering. You know why. Anyway, we're going to be attempting to take this. And who knows? Who knows? Maybe I will be successful. Now, I do have a relatively good shield. So hopefully I will be able to achieve some kind of survivability in this particular... Oh, wow. Okay, wow, this is interesting. This is interesting. Okay, yeah, that's definitely making things much harder otherwise. Okay, let's see what I can do. Maybe I can get out my... Boom! Aw, really? Did I really miss? That's kind of sad. Yeah, I'm really bad with firearms, by the way. Absolutely awful. If you thought I was bad at throwing weapons, well, these things are a whole different ball game. I mean, it's okay when there's a whole bunch of them just standing there, kind of giving me target after target after target. But, yeah, when I have to be accurate with this thing, yeah, forget it, you know. That's never going to happen. Oh, yeah, we got to be... yeah. So this is... Okay. Okay. Well... Very intriguing, is it not? Anyway, this actually does give me an opportunity to have a look around and everything, and I personally feel like this is a really cool layout. I mean, yeah, you know, the general layout is going to be relatively similar to native sieges, but the amount of trees and various other texture work that has been done here, adding a little bit of, you know, straw / hay or whatever it is maybe on top of these things, on top of these buildings here and there, and being able to add all that as well as the fire graphic and all that, I think that's pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool. And if this was not a siege tower, I would have done absolutely fine. But yeah, that's it's kind of amusing that I got killed in both of those fights, but really, oh well, maybe you'll do a little bit better. There's a download link in the description if you want to check out this mod. It is actually a really small download as well. I think it was only like 600 megabytes or something like that, so it's really very quick. So if this interests you at all, then by all means give it a go. I think it's pretty fantastic. And hopefully we'll see something, you know, from the mod team, maybe in Bannerlord, who knows. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.